Hello again, everyone. Yair Spitz here from the field, and this time it's actually from the field. After waiting anxiously for a few days, we finally moved out of our base, and we are now in the field, in the general direction of in the south, in the general direction of Gaza. Not too close, but close enough for us to be effective in what we are able to do. A few days ago, I mentioned one of the soldiers who came to me to say that he was supposed to be at that nature party where the terrible things happened on Shabbat, and he feels that he felt the hashgacha that he didn't end up going, and other things that happened to him recently, and therefore he would like to start putting on tefillin. And there have been a few other soldiers who have come to me to ask for tefillin. Some because they're religious soldiers who left their house so quickly they forgot to take their tefillin with them. Others soldiers who are not dati, but they are very traditional and they suddenly feel that they want to start again, or people who have never put on tefillin and now they feel the need to and the desire to. And I've been waiting to get a few pairs of tefillin from the Army Rabbinate, which is the part of the army that I belong to, in parallel to my artillery battalion. But I've been waiting, but they have a lot of things to do. Some of the things that the Army Rabbinate is involved with, regretfully, is trying to identify many of the people who were murdered, who are yet to be identified. So obviously, me needing a couple pair of tefillin is not more important than that. So I've been waiting, and come this morning, I realized that we really are leaving today, and I don't have the tefillin yet, and we're going to be in the field, and it's difficult to know for how long. Meaning very likely that we will be here for weeks, for 3, 4, possibly 5 weeks, however long it needs to be. And whatever we don't take with us from the base, it will be very difficult to get later on. And then I was given the idea actually by one of the female soldiers in our unit, which is its own story. But I am the rabbi of all of the soldiers in my battalion, male, female, Jews, non-Jews. When I say non-Jews, it's mostly Druze soldiers. So I serve as the rabbi and and I speak with all of them, and they come to consult with me. So one of the female soldiers heard me talking about the fact that I'm still waiting for the tefillin, and she said to me, said, why don't you turn to the citizens of Israel? Everyone's donating everything. Everyone's, so go ahead and ask. I'm sure you'll be able to get. The moment she said it, I thought to myself, wow, it should have been such an obvious idea. It's such an excellent idea. Everyone in Am Yisrael is donating everything. So I should just ask, send it out to them. I'm sure we'll be able to get them. So I sent out the message on the family WhatsApp and on my community WhatsApp, and within hours it was unbelievable to see. This is not some piece of clothing or some food or things like that, which are also important that everyone's giving. Each pair of tefillin is worth a lot of money. One of the conditions that I set forth was that it needs to be a pair of tefillin that's not just for it to be lent, because I cannot guarantee that it will make its way back. I can't take responsibility for it. I don't know where it's going to be, who's going to be using it. And again, there are some of these soldiers who asked me, two soldiers specifically said, do you have a pair of tefillin that could become my tefillin? Meaning they want it specifically, not just for during their war, they want it for afterwards as well. I passed on the operation tefillin to Nitza. She oversaw it all, and amazingly, within I think about 4 hours, we got 11 pair of tefillin donated, completely donated from Nitza can probably tell in more detail. Nitza, for those who are listening who are not from the family, Nitza is my wife. who is doing a tremendous amount of chesed, tremendous amount of organization and things for support and raising morale in our community and other places. And those 11 pair of tefillin within 4 hours were collected from, I think, 3 or 4 different locations. There's some tefillin that came from Efrat, some tefillin that came from Bet Shemesh, some tefillin that came from Yad Binyamin, some tefillin that came from Tzur Hadassah. That's 4. I think there's at least one other place. And all 11 tefillin were delivered within just a couple hours to the base. I was no longer on the base. I had to leave already beforehand, but one of my... there's always presence of someone from our battalion on the base, and I expect within a few hours, or at the latest tomorrow morning, I will have 11 pairs of tefillin. As I'm sure you all know, a pair of tefillin is not something which is cheap. It costs a lot of money. 11 pair of tefillin were gathered within 4 hours. It's amazing, and these tefillin that were sitting on someone's shelf or in some store up until a few hours ago, tomorrow morning will be worn by a soldier who is on the front line or close to the front line, fighting against our enemies. Like if you think about all the different pieces of it that came together, I think it's extremely symbolic of how all of Am Yisrael really is playing a role in this battle. So all of those who helped to participate and ask questions, and some of you actually brought the things, and some of you would started calling up people, but by the time you even, some people found some tefillin, but by the time they wrote, we said, no, never mind, you already got it. But thank you for all of you, everyone who participated in helping to organize it, and for those of you who wanted to but didn't have a chance to. But it's amazing to see that those tefillin tomorrow morning will be worn on the field.